Hi guys, and welcome to your review of last night's episode. Um, so like this is the final Raw before WrestleMania. Yeah, and to be quite honest with you, before we get into the meat and the potatoes of the review, um, I'm going to give a brief sort of summary for us to start things off. This show was basically to like get you ready for the match you're about to see on Saturday. There wasn't a whole lot to it, but like the matches on here are pretty good. A pretty good quality. There's nothing out the ordinary on a show. But anyway, let's get into it. Start off you start off with Unf or coming out to the ring like speed to walking out to the ring and going for um going for Michael Cole suggests um suggests his interview space was to be later on in the show, but going for demands that but going for the and Michael Cole conducted the of you in the middle of the ring to start off the show. And and then yeah, so over Bill ages and asks, are you concerned are you concerned about the difference that Jey Uso um that Jey Uso has exemplified um and and what is your and what is your stance on the whole um what is your stance on the whole situation of Jace and he's not afraid to you anymore? Or and Unfa says to all the fans and to any wrestlers in the back that support Jay, um, he, s- he said to this is going to be on you, or I do Jay, so continue, so continue with your and etc. Big um b- because I've always is in control, and at this point it tells me Michael Cole to Harper. Um, at this point he's always been in control. Um, he was he was he was in control during the beat down. Jimmy also he put he enjoyed the behaving and Jimmy is well what he also he also said he also said it'll be dangerous it'll be um it'll be dangerous and he does who's control for the jail so as he suggests to become more manic and his offense, and he's been a champion 80% of the time. Just really said like really he's had like a really elongated or ends of the ICL and the um United Kingdom Championship and NXT UK and 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 I say and so he says he's gonna kill all his own on and um let it let it destroyed um J so he's and he's um and he's oh and he's still walking out of the Auto Heavyweight Championship. So in a segment, he goes to the he goes to the um age area. So the next so the first match of the night is obviously Ale A versus Ida Valkyria. If Morgan comes out first, obviously accompanied by Raquel Rodriguez and and um um and um and uh, as soon as you you know Ira um, as soon as Bill as soon as you you know Ira head I'm head I'm head to on the ring and I've get I was both of the biggest the, the biggest or Aston bitch face horse um possible which I kind of found for unreal, let's be honest. Um, yeah, so like, um, and yeah, like, I enjoyed the majority of this match, but the crowd, but the crowd, but the crowd were already was silent for about 50% of it. Um, obviously, obviously, if Morgan is basically bumping as though she was obsessed, even when she was delivering suplexes and stuff, it felt as though she was taking some of it, but like she hasn't proved as a performer a lot. She obviously hit a would break a, a would break her on the outside of the ring, and to be and kind of takes up the commercial break. Of course, okay, fans see a bit more of the action during the ad breaks just to UK viewers on Netflix. it's not having to sit through ads, and obviously when we come back, but he starts to and a comeback and hits a belly to hits the he'll he to bail he belly to belly suplex and so that gets a hook and again some more back and forth action until Liv Morgan gets the upper hand again and um ge- and the and Billy clear of Elsie's oh, um hits another Billy to be ill and kill the Rodriguez or she's over or she's over his foot on his foot on the other or the rope, but is interrupted by IMO, Ida Valkyria, oh, MO, Ida, I think so, I could, MO, I could easily style, but I, um, and over and almost, at almost almost made poor why era look like roadkill basically on the mats on the outside but um but back in the ring so I've eventually tried to turn up the offense so either I um as just about coming to orgy and hits a a vein tries to hit the bill a vein for a nation maneuver but on bail he but either grabs on to bail he causing my organ to my ass, my ass, and then he hooks both eggs into a jack, and I'll cover on earth, and gets the victory. Um, a, a pretty solid match. Obviously, as well, getting pretty, um, get pre-recorded almost from Bianca, rather, um, um, from Bianca and Ida, no, from Bianca and Yasa, Ori and Io Sky, so Bianca comments, and says, um, she says that she's still not happy about Rhea being added in the match. Um, um, she's still not happy about Rhea being added, and it shows or an opportunity for an match. She said, there's obviously, uh, uh, she said that obviously she feels, she feels as though, she's a bad guy, I am as an as and it's basically the yeah that's sure MR yes MR MR yes it MR MR M MR yes it B yeah candidate or yes it B yeah candidate she's had enough of a behind had enough of behind as ein in the years not the I hear but be Yanko wants Timmy he can't say I shall have no problem be in the bad guy I wrestle me in here and then EO Sky chimes in saying is off shoved me out the way and um um and he treated me with the respect. I'm the champion and some I used to we are fighting over the the championship but I'll count the um I'll count them I'm in some world champion um and obviously it was the best thing they could have done here is obviously they did the contracts signing with us to eat obviously so here we go so here we go with the next match. The next match is obviously the next match is obviously digital. Yes, Kirby it versus other Mysterio. Obviously of obviously Remus obviously Remus obviously Remus gets the done. And here, but that, I thought Julius Creed actually applied himself for the, he, he had a tilt to or back, but he could on this, he had, he had, he had, with on Facebook one sees needs any halfway take is you have to on the do DDE an office only an office only he El Gran Yamim Erica I know who is who is Chad Gables old original I should say both El W and an American aid who I called American Alpha last week several times I'll apologize so off get up some kick um yeah off get up some kick out and obviously, um, and obviously because I'll get on the like I know Chad able so Rico it was able to come out as a grand eh, and a free year as already is you know um as already yes as already you know goes for the 6-1 um but um that is into the it by Elgira and they yeah, um obviously obviously you tried it again and after it was the 6-1 partner of a girl was for the draw off the time of the op but open get and gets a victory but I'll guarantee him Erica I know so lips a piece of me oh and his ask and obviously I asked him after the actual if 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 I felt I cross body I can was up to the opera oh and hits and hits a on dive head button with the loaded ass and it sets up and it's up and it sets up an interesting arch sets up an interesting arch for the WrestleMania. Yeah, so okay, yeah, obviously obviously the next match is obviously AJ Styles versus Karen Kross with any exceptional capable wrestlers. Obviously, Karen Kross's entrance happens during the commercial break. Over here, we don't get ad breaks as previously mentioned during the Netflix era of Raw. So, so yeah, he got to witness the on the all and play entrance now of Scarlett singing theme song the of the ultra are on top of the Titan on and you've got the black and white effect so back to the classic sort of NXT um carrying cross insurance and like I actually I actually enjoyed the spectacle with that entrance. You have Scarlet like a great siren singing the lyrics to the theme song and it's just an incredible entrance. It really adds to it really adds to Karen's it really adds to Karen's presentation. I so out comes AJ Styles to his old CFO's because that was changed back to that at the Royal Rumble, and I have to actually you see, prefer, I prefer his old UFOs theme, so I'm happy that that's back because I'm not a fan of, I'm not, I'm not a uh, I'm not a fan of his other um team. Obviously as well, you've got uh, obviously as well, you had Aaron Kross have a good showing in this match. Um, in my uh, um, managed to hit managed to hit AJ Styles of the final or the year for any sure in Mania each Rams Isles in the barrack in the barricade and then was him over the barricade. Scarlet at that point, Scarlet at that point was very seductive. You can congratulate them. Um, and yeah, I really did. I actually think he pulled off a great shown here. He also tried to pull a submission holds, etc. I know carrying Kross is a big MMA enthusiast, so yeah, it's good to actually see him add more submissions into his off into his arsenal. Um, obviously, um, obviously he tried for the Ross Hammer elbow, but is unsuccessful. Oh, AJ starts to mount a comeback, and AJ starts to mount a comeback, but if a if a you I can some more classical offense until eventually he hits a phenomenal forearm, he hits a phenomenal forearm for the um um on the for the victory. Again a very again a very good match here, and but it's very interesting to note that Michael Oh, actually, actually, he said that um, um, Alan Cross with in who the designer of AJ is they was here, and actually he and actually asked him he could design some of AJ's and or AJ with here, obviously, it's with the and hand. She's carrying crosses, carry her, 'cause he's all about my and aims and he's been insane for ages. He's now, AG, he's that he that he wants helps I use over Morgan Paul, etc. and carrying Ross can we give him a push? Um, WWE, the guy deserves it because he, but as he posts all the ease and intriguing videos surrounding his character and potential victims of his character and then the proven appeal or um, of of proven popular on social media. Yeah, so if you can um, over if you can transfer that over this of the is um o- over over to television and his television mix and I think it'll pretty successful and the guy and then the guy has shown um and the guy has shown he can so 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 obviously the next so so obviously the next segment as obviously the already us into the new day you tried and our our careers by aggravating and injuries and obviously um I know obviously you trying to go your a tag match with the disco all of um um of the disco qualification um of the disco qualification finish um and um um and a sad game or do only put it I cause we're on I old every year on was the every continent imaginable and um imagined as is gonna be or obviously the year in the back Maria uh, and Jackie Redden and asks Jackie Redden and asks someone or do you could already us omens the basic the basic is should Jackie down saying that you're one of the most successful tag teams in the company where the you're there with having time tag champs and more successful in the company's history and now we're going and now we're going to make it number and now we're going to make it number 11 health. So then, so then, so then, next match is obviously, so then, X match is obviously as obviously as obviously in versus and uh, uh, Pin versus Finn, but we'll come back to that in a minute. Um, because obviously we have got Chad Gable all out again and during the commercial break actually um um actually he hype up Grand Americanos debut Chad Gable says it's a scary ace he um he is missing wrestling in yeah but it's up to the up and coming greatest Richard or and his and American and Grand Americano Americano to get the victory here um and um and he says he's saying to thank you catch he says he's signature thank you catch is and and he come back for on the commercial break we see and he come back we see um, and come back with CJ so out here he comes through the out and he Ozzy's eating and he's on top of the announce able the segment was really is short with the delay in for time actually we come to stop Hansen on the table but every couple of minutes he's up meant for promo tell how they could how to try and eat. Now, see, to be honest with you, that's or more or probably didn't need actually it happen. Like, to be honest, I think he got the best jail so promo and last each episode. Obviously, if you compare obviously if you compare the two promos and as figured and as a episode to be um of gun also also as a lot more effective until the story it is J.O. is back to the is back to the same old happy go lucky J.O. So J.O. So it basically killing area from it basically killing area from the around to the around to the is no longer that is no longer afraid of goons or and um and that like he's gonna get some in yeah, and he's gonna walk out as champion. And that's that. Basically, it's just the like a promo so that the kids can get up and do the jail so and something wasn't anything it wasn't anything groundbreaking and amazing like last 2 weeks. I think I prefer Gunther's I think I prefer Gunther's promo on this episode. It was a lot more effective and it added just the right amount or a right amount of intensity here, but Jay is kind of fell a bit flat. Ah, so the next match, so the next match is obviously if um as obviously if and blah blah versus Pen versus Pen. Ah, before the match actually starts, Kathy L. He asks Ron Burry, uh, um, um, Kathy Kelly, he asks Ron Breaker how he's feeling about heading in his first WrestleMania match. He says, um, he says there's a lot of pressure going into a 3 or 4 match. I could lose my time without being um, without being um, um, without being involved in the head organ and in an evil so basically and he's into unwrapped by the other members of the judgment. He Dominic Mysterio and Carly. Oh, and basically in their armament to the road he's backstage at Canova and obviously um and obviously but he has hurts himself in the show or as he was rammed into the road case. He's but so so obviously I'm still obviously but for the match you've got you've got Ben ah you've got Ben and his usual sort of his usual sort of um sort of so I it's very well basic kill is Gerald's own is Gerald's own to the it strolls down to and um, it strolls down to the and he riddles and or he's get put in your pirate or all is and he gets another and he eats in fun but how and but how very nonchalant while it's Emil 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 it's getting there and his son was around but in the Sages had an offy as a baseball also a drop kick as a baseball so a drop kick and obviously uh, um uh, uh, and obviously as a somersault oh, oh, on you before the match even starts the Umi and have a lovely back and forth hit each other double if so and well it's etc for that and Bow gets a very cool listen here all of the 1916 and then um it's a comeback photo of offense and gets Bow on in the side I could face Emmer and she's the Emmer and she's the but uh um tries um 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 tries for the pen a jilla Iva and sneaks out um 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 and eats out and that you get the other judgment um um of the structure and and of ER obviously if and Bauer etc. and each tries to go up for the with the car or the outcomes around but he cut the chara and get somebody to the be ocean and more to the be ocean for um 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 on the uh L here obviously um obviously if you remember what I still eat Carly who got this um on the shapes here down last um last eat and he's standing in the exact same position at the end of the ramp. So I'm like, go on. I want to see another epic speed. Yeah, but unfortunately, we didn't get the same sort of way ever with speed. Yeah, but that was awesome. I still eat instead. I'm I'm instead to the home but on kill years house and never and if the other judgment both have a cute pen um um who um who have avenged ancient um who have avenged ancient and of the even if bow or kicks out but on jumps in a ring and he ekes out bow or breath or he can do ever the good ra as and obviously even the F calls for the qualification. Again, fan of the I'm not a big fan of disqualifications, but this is kind of a necessary to protect pen as on eating or because um big as he's not been pinned in singles matches with if the notable exception in the match a few weeks ago. But but yeah, uh, X Pen uh, obviously is anyone can we will get a double spearism and get a double spearism. L but Penta takes obviously run breaker out with on his home moves and um uh, um and obviously um and obviously and obviously run break are Carly on Dominic Mysterio I sort of group and are an or a mutual pen and decides to do another somersault another somersault on onto the plywood board is but sadly it is over on hyperextended his knee because so he is actually um s- so so he was actually selling a body part for the illness. So we'll have to see how that factors into the match. Um, um, into the match and wrestle on the second night of WrestleMania. Yeah, obviously, obviously it's not, obviously it's not, but yeah, obviously it's not a, it's a tradition and and I've also hope I hope he's all right for the I hope he's all I hope he's all right for on the match on I hope he's all right for the match on the second I mean yeah because that looked a nice hyper extension a novice will a novice will win the main event, um, a novice will in the main event, is obvious will win the segment, our Roman Reigns, Paul Heyman, F. Rollins, and CM Punk. So basically, eh, before the in the ring segment and bigger, and you've got CM Punk who sees Paul Heyman and who sees Paul Heyman in the wooden walk area just sitting around the eating in the Roman Reigns. Basically, if Uncle asks him, look into my eyes, what do you see? And all human basically, he says a cult of personality. Which is a reference, Emma, which is a reference to this Ian Punk's. I'm, s- I'm, s- Ian Punk, I'm, s- Ian Punk's in bio having oh, huh, obviously, um, obviously, not sure how I feel about that because it's kind of break in the fourth all of it. And if other shows that I used to be interested in, but sad till you haven't anymore. I think the breaking the all stuff is a bit sort of injury, but that's the only nitpick I can have of the segment. So Roman Reigns arrives, comes out his car, and Heyman's like my tribal chief, my tribal chief, or Roman kind of him all the way down the ring, or Roman's himself on hits out his arms um and he does his signature Ozzy's in segment bigger and the Heyman tries to pass him the mic, but obviously Roman decides to go and get his other mic. He asks um, um, uh, Roman says his signature catchphrase, says the name of the city. He s- s- Sacramento, and obviously um um and obviously he asks and obviously asks um, he asks the girl how to um like you written about betrayal tribal chief of jail is in gents and obviously um um and obviously he follows that up he follows that up Paul Heyman he says Heyman Iceman and it feels like a betrayal that favor you have going on a CM on can you and you intend on cash in a year if favoring him over me and before human could answer outcomes if outcomes if outcomes for all ends in a variation of a in a variation of a power shield device, but in the variation of a power shield device. And obviously, that will become apparent at the end of what I'm trying to convey here, and um, but and Owen's and he basic um and he basically says his he basically says as his own catchphrase is I'm a revolutionary, I'm a visionary, I am freaking Rollins and he tries to hype up the Ashtra post or that match as being the greatest threat action company has or he says it's one he says it's the most important triple threat matching company he has or he and he says it's industry defining. He says he said um um and he said the reason why it's industry defining as because if a Roman and he's a part timer won't really do anything for the company and he says like this but isn't it this is it's all of a lot of what we'll see him pump on him he's will just quit for any years and decide to pop a cup he reiterated a Roman that or arranged to side it arranged to side it Jaraxium on content as etc. He also said he also said that he's the guy I he also said he's the guy that will always show up and as the workforce in the company not being himself. And obviously, and obviously he said that that's why um and obviously that's why he he's the guy to take the company forward. He also said that El Heyman cashing in and Hunks either as a choice um um as a choice Heyman will have it's not not an obligation just um just still like the defeat on it he was he as a ice, etc. And obviously, and obviously, om in a sponsor av idma acha ice and and also lines for all and get Amstermas yeah and human goes oh magnificent I try but if and anima or Ian's just viral and he shoves them out the way here and obviously um uh, and obviously out yeah on yeah um out comes Punk actual woman and the two of them have the two of them have a sore hug or woman gets a bed out of Punk and pays him back for the GTS a couple well weeks ago and one in the basic girl by eating them to them ah it was a pretty epic year and for all ins and um and for all and the hits are ins in the back he hits are ins in the back of a wheelchair gets and camera roman with the actual unbabine now but I'm out to the basic gill and watches back. That's a couple of times throughout his career, and that is why he was wearing the ball at Gavest as a way to Jara iPhone the history of um, a friends and he gives I mean I mean and he gives him yeah Unc who's bigger and then to come uh, he gives him the cups I don't know what I did get up to the cup but then him but they have and the show fades to bow to what um him in the corner I wouldn't and basically what I think that's all it as obviously I say for all in all Heyman all Irons I think Heyman will get Saka Heyman will get a Reigns and Punk and eventually it'll cause him to snap and it'll cause him to side to with for um if say for all and becoming an ultimate heel duo because eventually you are going to need another challenger for Cody Rhodes and it is well be is ephemeral and I don't think I don't think John Cena will in 17 as of year I think it's a bit where he and a heel run for him but obviously as well um in yeah odds on the challenge or something as well busy for all and the can always have a roster or say up as imagine there'll be some NXT wrestle us called up after or WrestleMania anyway. Um, and oh yeah, I forgot. And oh yeah, I forgot. Oh, actually, mention the asshole known as Logan Paul. Showed up. After the AJ Styles carrying Kross match. I forgot mentioning this, so I'll mention it here. Obviously, Logan Paul basically is hyping up himself after on the Ross AJ match. He'd hype each of himself, hyping up his match with Styles, and obviously said it's going AJ Allen and come to get in the ring, but as all got in the ring, carrying Cross jumped back into uh, um AJ looked good at holding off AJ looked good at holding off against both eyes and obviously he hit Ross with an inverted EDE and then Logan Paul hit his signatures. Now um um the reason why I forgot I pull Logan Paul one is because I don't give a shit about Logan Paul. Oh, like he's not a wrestler, or in my opinion. So hence why I'm going back and I'm adding this bit into a review now. That's what I think of Logan Paul right here. He's an arsehole. Care that he's a I don't care that he's athletically gifted. I'm I'm a wrestling tourist, and I hope to God AJ Styles goes over Logan Paul. Logan Paul at WrestleMania. Yeah, I'm sick of all these celebrities thinking they can come in come in and wrestle. Or, but yeah, guys, sorry about me for getting to add to the but and the review I have oh obviously I give this show a 7 out of 10. Some good matches etc. Aaron Kross looked fantastic against AJ Styles. I hope he gets a push, but I hope he gets a I hope he gets a push at some point, but seriously, doubt that will ever happen because I don't think the company are behind. I'm sad to he obviously it depends happen, but how um actually is okay, but and the it and it you obviously you had remis you had obviously remis you had a good match uh, against oh, yes or it and they had a pretty solid you had a pretty you saw with the one of organ and ale match on here. You also had a good opening segment with good and or on an as sh or the pre the per the they record it rumors och deserved the of of this jail shows jail shows jail shows Romo as an effect of obviously obviously it shows Romo is a lot is a lot more sensible and last to each episode to the as is cheery and it served absolutely no purpose and obviously um and obviously yeah get it obviously I get it's storyline obviously I get it it's storyline um s- storyline um hooked and get it storyline and hook or wrestle me in yeah into the show and get everybody on board after the WrestleMania night on my in the event. But guys, like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you all very soon. I don't think I'll cover SmackDown this week because obviously I want to enjoy standing oh but I'll be back to normal with the weekly shows next week. But enjoy this one in yeah I'm sure I'll chat to Sean and Spec is and then the usual people I chat wrestling Um, I usually chart this one. I thought you guys hit the subscribe and like button and share it as well. And I'll see you all very soon.